What's up, everyone, and welcome to the show. Still been thinking on a name. I know I haven't done like I said, I was going to switch it to the new name and then start a new season, which I still am. I just wanted to finish a couple more episodes here and so on and so forth. But I do like Loki's Den from Why Not Art, so thank you. That's actually a brilliant name, and I'm pissed I didn't think of it. I did finish filming what the cave looks like now, or Loki's Den, if that's what you want to call it up there. It's actually not a bad thing either. Just go for both. Just gotta fix a few things. Make the actual video, put it together, stuff like that. Because a lot of batteries died in the making of that video. But yeah, so that's done, and then when I put that up, I will officially use the new name that I choose, which Loki's Den is in the front runner. front runner, whichever you want to call it. It's right there. Still debating Kraka, Loki's Den, Loki's Kraka Den. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I got a package today. Well, not today, actually. It got here yesterday because now it's Sunday. June 1st. A lot of interesting things I want to talk about. So there's going to be, this might be a long video or it might be broken into parts. I don't know. Just some things I wanted to discuss, but I'm going to show you the haul first, and then we can get to the discussion. So that if you don't like, you want to see the haul and don't care about the discussions, then best of both worlds. Got this from eBay, paid $1, and it was free shipping, and that is the helmet to a G.I. Joe known as Charbroil. That's this guy right here. I have all his weapons, I have everything, but when I was a kid, I remember this helmet. My dog got a hold of it, chewed on it. It was still in somewhat good condition. I mean, it was like a little bit cracked and stuff like that. But then over the many moves, I guess it just got lost, and I was always pissed because he was actually a pretty cool character, and I was like, I don't have his helmet anymore. You look cool with the helmet, and that's what he looks like with the helmet on. So to that ass troll who charges $1 for a helmet, a Laser Viper helmet, and then $49 shipping, you're a moron. This was $1 shipping for the helmet. $1 for the helmet and free shipping. Getting tongue-tied. So he is now complete. Like I said, I have his weapons upstairs. Very cool. Alright. Now this I'm going to show you. I'm way behind on most people with this, but I've been wanting to get it, but like I said, I've been waiting. And sometimes it really is good to wait because you get like better deals. Not always, but most of the time. Give or take. I'm going to show you these, and I'm going to tell you the lovely story behind it. A lot of fun. But finally, I got Batman Eternal #1. Batman Eternal #2. Batman Eternal #3. And last but not least, I got Batman, you guessed it, Eternal #4. I got this in a lot off of eBay. Now, this is why King Joe is right as well, where he said you shouldn't rush to get things. I got all 4 of these for $5 and $3 shipping. So that's less than the cover price. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Huh. It's $12 for the thing, not bad. Now, but $5 and free shipping isn't bad at all, especially for all 4 of those. Now, before I go any further with that, I would like to thank the great poster worker I have, which you can't see it in this, but I wanna thank you, sir, for delivering it the way you delivered it, because it was a lot of fun. What did the poster worker do that made my day? Well, clearly on the package, which I threw out, which I probably should have kept because it would have been more thing, it said right across in these big magic marker letters, fragile, please do not bend. Had it all over the thing, so I'm not blaming the seller because it was not his fault. On the back, it had a stamp, a huge red stamp, please do not bend, fragile. My mailbox is this big, this wide, well actually that wide, and about that tall. It barely fits letters. It's got enough room for a letter. You slide it in there. So what did this amazing postal worker do? You got it. He folded the books in half and jammed them into the freaking mailbox. Now, this, last I checked, was not the size of a letter. So he folded them. I'm not going to do it because it took me all day to get them somewhat unfolded. At least Batman #1 didn't, Eternal 1 didn't get too bad. It's the other ones that got it. But he folded this completely like this. It was bent up. Actually, it was this way. I'm sorry. I'm going to. Yeah. It was bent like that, but worse in the mailbox. It took me 15 minutes or more to unjam it, to pull that package out of that little itty bitty mailbox. I'm sitting there, and I actually had an audience. People were like, "What the?" And I'm pulling on the damn thing, and I'm like, because it was extremely hard for him to walk 3 feet to the package area. Very difficult indeed. I mean, you'd rather spend the time jamming the books into a small mailbox than go to the actual package thing where you drop them off. So thank you, postal worker, for making my day and destroying my books. I did contact the seller. I said to him, I was like, this is not your fault. I was like, but you just gotta. I mean, you definitely went. He went above. But the only thing that sucks that he should have did a little better was he put it in a standard yellow envelope, but he had bubble wrap in there, which didn't, help from not bending. And he put this really crappy, flimsy piece of cardboard uh, wrapped around the books, which is like, just flimsy cardboard, which isn't going to do shit. But, like I said, to the guy's defense, he did put like all this stuff, do not bend and all this, and it's not his fault. So I gave him a positive thing at 5 stars. I said, I appreciate it. You shipped it fast. It was a great price. I was like, but this is what happened. And the guy contacted me. He's like, I'm really sorry, man. He's like, I did what I could. I shipped it the way I could because free shipping. If I charged it, would have came in. Whatever. And I'm like, yeah, well, but just let them know. So at least future people might get a better deal. But that was a pretty good deal. Like I said, it would have been awesome because they were near mint until they got folded. And like I said, you really can't. I did a pretty good job at unfolding them. I gotta say, you can kind of see the way it bends. Over here. I mean, my fiance's like, she saw how pissed I was. Like, this is just, my day. So we took all this heavy crap and we just laid it. I laid each one flat. 2 here, 2 here. Laid them flat. Put cardboard over it, underneath it. I just started laying the heavy crap on top of it and made it even. And I let it sit there for a full day. That's why I didn't do the video yesterday. And I was pissed. And it seemed to have worked. I mean, it flattened them out pretty good. I'm gonna change I changed the bag and the board. I'm gonna change them. I changed them, and that helped. So, what can I tell you? Another thing we got yesterday, which is interesting. I said that was the haul, but there's some. Now comes the fun part, the interesting stories. Yesterday, my fiance and I were walking through Walmart because we had to get a few things, and excuse me, decided to buy a grill. Small little, grill, not like a big propane thing, like a small little charcoal grill. Because my fiance and I were just kind of fed up with things because we're like, oh, we didn't get the house, we didn't get our dog, we didn't get all these things, and my fiance's one thing is she always wanted a grill too because we wanted to when we got the house we wanted to get a nice grill and things and it means something to her and she's like, what, she's like, the hell with it. We saw this grill, it was like, I think it was like $30. And she's like, we really don't have the money to spend, but you know what? She's like, the hell with it. Actually, what she said in Walmart is, fuck it, so sorry, but that's it. And she grabs the damn grill, and she's like, yeah, we're gonna grill tonight. We're gonna, live the American dream. All right, we get the thing home, we put it together, and you know, my fiance didn't know how to do a charcoal grill really because she's grew up on the propane grill. And I told her, I know how to do that. And I was like, it's simple shit. You just put the charcoal in the grill and you put some lighter fluid in there and you light it. It's not rocket science. But I did it the way my father used to do it, which was an interesting way, and it seems to work. But sometimes it all depends on the weather, I guess. Put the charcoal in a circle. That's what he used to do. He'd put a circle and then he'd put a little bit in the middle of the circle, like an outline, and then fill it in, and then fill some more on top, and But what he would do is he'd make the circle, uh, and then fill the circle in, but put like stick matches all over the place, and then put a shitload of well, not a shitload of lighter fluid. He'd put some lighter fluid. Sometimes he'd overkill. He'd soak them in lighter fluid and the matchsticks, and then put the next group of charcoal in there, and then do the same thing. And he would have matchsticks like sticking out in certain areas. So when you lit one spot, when it went across, it lit everything. So I did it the same way. Figured, hey, why not stick with what works, you know? So I did it, and I liked the damn thing with a stick match, and I had all the stuff ready. And my fiance's wife, she's like, "Wow, this is a little intricate." I'm like, "Hey, it works, you know. Do it your way if you want to do it your way." I was like, you know, and it lit, and a little flame came up, and then it just like died because all of a sudden a gust of wind comes and just blew it out. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" So this is when it gets bad. Gizmo's watching from the back door over there because he's amazed. He's like, "Oh my god, something new, right?" And we had the door open. And he's like, "Oh." So the wind blew out the thing, and my fiance walks in. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna go get." She went to go get something ready. So I put a little more lighter fluid on there, and I'm like, "All right, it's gonna go." But I waited, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom." So I ran in to use the bathroom. Little did I know that she came out and sprayed it with lighter fluid. Um, yeah, so she sprayed the lighter fluid, the charcoal with lighter fluid after I did it, and I came out, and she's like, "All right, whatever." And I threw the match in there, and at first it didn't look like anything happened because it kind of just it fell down. I'm like, "Oh, it went out." So Gizmo's looking at the thing like this, and my fiance's sitting there with this tray because she's getting ready to put stuff on there and all these things, and all of a sudden, boom! The match caught, hit the other matches, hit the lighter, and whoosh! Giant like fireball shot straight up, and the cat took off. Gizmo, you heard him skid and just run, and it was funny because like the whole thing it went up, and then my fiance's like, "Good God," she's like, "I thought it was gonna blow up," but she's like, "Yeah," and then we thought it went out, and then it relit the bottom half where the other stuff was, like I said, the way my father used to do it. And she's like, "Oh, it went out," and all of a sudden, whoosh, another flame comes up. I was like, "See?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I told you I knew how to do it good." And fortunately, my father's method, which I forgot, was too good because it was impossible to put the damn thing out when we were done. It took like 7 hours to get that thing to go out. Anyway, another thing we got, which the New York version of me is gets a little skittish. Down here in North Carolina, fireworks are legal, and they have fireworks stands all over the place, and they sell them in food stores. And I went and bought some fireworks. This is a short and stout, a little fountain. I like fountains. I think they're cool. And I got these. He said they were $1 a piece. And when I picked them up, I do have a lot more of these actually upstairs. But when I picked it up, like I grabbed it off the box. I'm like, "Oh, that looks cool." I was like, "They're $1. That's not bad." And then the New York version of me kicked and goes and put it in the cart and then put stuff over it. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, they're legal." But so yeah, we got those, and of course my fiance loves sparklers, so we got a hell of a lot of sparklers and stuff like that, and a lot of other things. I got rockets and M80s and all sorts of crazy stuff because they're legal. um, yeah, that's gonna be a fun day. Got the barbecue. Just in case we don't go to my future mother-in-law's house, we're gonna barbecue here and blow shit up, American way. Um, but now comes the part where I want to discuss a few things which I've been getting um, some messages, and I actually got a couple texts and stuff like that, and from friends and people that watch the show. Um, this is gonna be fun. One thing I want to mention another thing which is very interesting. So this is gonna be a long video. Probably gonna have to break into the parts, but interesting. Now, everyone, if you've been watching lately, knows I have a problem in Midtown because they just really royally screwed me over in many ways. Yesterday, I finally got my money back. They finally sent me my money. It went back into my account. Thank God. Which I had to give to my fiance because I wanted to mention something else. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to mention it that next week, the 7th, a lot of things on this show are going to change, and you're gonna see it. So be prepared. But yeah. So a friend of mine, the one I told you that spent a lot of money on Midtown, and he was telling me, I mentioned before that his friend lives in Texas now, and was a Midtown um, buyer as well, and stopped buying from Midtown after everything that's going on. And my friend wanted to do a experiment, which is interesting, and I kind of wish he didn't, but I guess he's bored. I don't know. What he did was he went into Midtown, and well, he didn't go to Midtown. I'm sorry. He went onto the online thing and ordered the Amazing Spider-Man 2 variant Black Cat. Ordered two of them. Sent one to his friend in Texas and sent one to me. And he sends me a text message. I'm sending you a book. He's like, I know you're not a fan of Midtown, but I know you're a fan of the Black Cat, and I'm sending this as an experiment. He's like, but remember, you can keep the book. He's like, because I don't want it. He's like, I just want to see something. So now, think about this. He lives in New York. I live in North Carolina, and his friend lives in Texas. His friend in Texas got the book 2-3 days ago. I still have yet to get the book. And I'm technically closer, obviously not even technically, I am closer to New York than Texas. So I sent my friend a text. He's like, oh, did you get the book? I'm like, no. He's like, my friend got it a couple days ago. And I'm like, no, I haven't gotten it. He's like, well, let me know when you get the book because I want to see this. So no book yet, and it is Sunday, so it's not going to come. So we're going to see if it comes tomorrow. It's already apparently weeks after it debuted, and when he bought it. He got it when it came out. So that just shows how slow and shitty Midtown is. Anyway, on to the other version of this. Like I said, I got messages and stuff like that. Also, I'm going to tell a few stories. So, you know what? Let's end this in part one. I'm going to come back with part two with the rest of it, and I'll give you the other stories and show you some stuff that's interesting. Come back. You'll be glad you did.